and welcome to a new vlog. If you are new here, my name is Kim. I'm a second grade teacher in West Michigan, and this, I believe, is my first vlog of the 2024-2025 school year. I am super pumped for today. I have my Mabe shirt on. This is from a conference that I went to. I went last year and the year before, and it says language is my superpower, which I love, and I do have a reason for wearing this today, which I will get into. But Mabe is the Michigan Association of Bilingual Education, and I am getting my master's right now in TESOL, which is teaching English to speakers of other languages, and I am just super passionate about that. But I am wearing this today because tonight is the first night of our family Spanish-English language exchange, and this we've been doing for the past couple of years as well. I partnered up with a friend of mine who teaches in our dual immersion program, and she helps to lead and teach the Spanish portion, and I teach the English portion, and then we both do like all of the role plays and stuff like that in both languages. So it is a ton of fun. I'm so excited, and we're getting it started like right off the bat this year. We wanted to start right after winter break so that way we can be done with all 12 weeks right before spring break. Yes, we are starting that tonight. I'm so excited. I had to wear this shirt especially for today, and then my classroom is always like a million degrees, not really sure why, but I do have a little blazer to put on as well because the class is in the library, so it's a little colder in there. And so this will be the fit when I see the families, and I am going to walk you around the room. I'll show you a couple of things, and then I do have some stuff I need to get ready for today before the kids get here. So let me show you some things, and then I will see you when I see you. Okay, first thing that's really very exciting is my classroom goose. This is Gustavo, the friendly goose. I was gifted him from a few of my friends for my birthday, and I am obsessed. So right now he's in his little snowman outfit, but he has lots of different clothes, and I actually got more clothes for him for Christmas. So really excited about that, and just love Gustavo. He's so cute. Okay, random engagement piece. Also ignore that this is like kind of disorganized. So I have these little blow up microphones, and in our reading curriculum, we have a song of the week. And so what I've been doing is pulling 3 sticks, and if those kids are like ready to go and want to, then they get to run around with these little microphones, and then they put them in front of people who are participating. So it just helps build engagement and participation. The kids love it, and if I ever like forget to do it, they are aghast and they insist that I pull some sticks. So love this. For read aloud right now, I am reading The Wild Robot, which I believe this is the first time I've read this to a second grade group. When I taught 4th grade, I definitely did it as read aloud. I can't remember when I taught 5th grade if I did or not, but we are almost done with it, and I thought it was just really good timing with the movie coming out. One of my students yesterday came to school and said, "Mrs. Halls, I got a bracelet making kit for Christmas, and I made you 3, and that is definitely my love language." So I'm gonna wear one of them today. It matches my outfit perfectly, and she did a little yellow bead because my favorite color is yellow. Is that not the sweetest thing ever? Okay, so now it is Wednesday, and the language exchange class last night went so well. It was our best attended class yet, which was such a good feeling. Next week I actually will be gone because I'm gonna be at FETC. Okay, so change of location because now I am in Orlando, Florida. Super exciting. I am here for the FETC conference, and I'm really excited about it. I hope I get to meet lots of fellow teachers who are passionate about ed tech and all that fun stuff, and I'm feeling good about it. And I get a room to myself, which feels luxurious. Okay, I just changed for dinner. I have like a little blouse on, some stretchy but like nicer pants, and then I'm still just wearing my tennis shoes because they said we're gonna do a lot of walking around, and then a little cardigan because I feel like it's always cold in restaurants. And then I got this really cute little necklace for Christmas. It's so pretty. And then I just have my little sling bag that I use for travel. So there's the fit, and now I'm off to dinner. I have a school shirt on, so I'm just trying to cover it with my blazer, but it is day 1 of FETC. It is Wednesday, and I'm so excited. I ended up going over to one of my friend's hotel rooms last night, so another teacher, and we just went through like the app and tried to pick all the sessions we wanted to go to, and there's some really good ones today. So Ron Clark is gonna be leading a session. I'm hoping to go to that one, and then there were a couple of other people who I recognized as well, Jed Derryberry, and just a lot of people that I've seen present before. So I'm really, really excited for today. I'll show you my outfit for today, minus my shirt. Like I said, I do have a school shirt on, but I have on this necklace that I got for Christmas that's so pretty. I have on one of my favorite little blazers. It's like really thin, so it's great for layering. I got this from Plato's Closet, and then I just have some like very simple black pants. So that's what I'm wearing today, and I will see you when I see you next. So here we go. Okay, so now I am back in my classroom. It is Sunday afternoon right now, and I wanted to just get back in and kind of just look and see what the state of my room was, though I should have never doubted it because I had actually one of my friends, her husband, was in here as my guest teacher on Friday, and so the room was like spotless and amazing when I came in. And just a little life hack, if I have to be gone for multiple days, I like to put all of the plans and copies and everything in separate baskets, and then I just put a little note in front of the basket that's like color coded as well that says like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, and then everything is all in one spot. And so I was gone 4 days, so I had 4 different color baskets. And then I do also have this substitute station that I made, I think my first or second year teaching, and I keep all sorts of fun things in here. This is Chicky Gal. She is our rubber chicken from the dollar store. And she's just a fun little behavior incentive. Like sometimes I'll just have her sit on kids' desks and watch them work. And then this is really for me, but this is my headband when I'm doing small groups, so they know that they cannot walk up to me unless of course it's an emergency if I am wearing this little headband. And then we do, I think my school name might be on this, but we do little leadership tickets. So these are just like little tickets that we can give kids if they're making really good choices, and then they can like win prizes and stuff. And then in the very back, I have my guest teacher binder, and I need to figure out a way to walk you through this where it does not have any identifying information, because right now it has like a lot of identifying information. This walks through and says all of the assistants who come in my room, or like our EL teacher who pushes into my room. It walks through who, what, when, where, why. If the kids go to any like speech classes or anything like that, that's all in here with times. It has a class list with their pictures, which I feel like has been a game changer. This is the first year that I've done that, and I feel like that's been really, really helpful. It has seating charts for when they're at their desks as well as at the rug. It walks through some tech support type stuff. Literally everything that hopefully they could want is in here. And also my emergency plans are in the back, so if anything ever happens where I can't come to school, then those are already in here. It also has my print code, and so that way they can take any master copies and then go down to the printer and make additional copies if they need to. If anything does not go as planned, then I just have like extras in here as well. So I love this, and one of my coworkers who I teach with actually helped me to revamp it this year. So she shared hers with me, which has like a table of content, and it was just so well organized. So I've been using this for years, but I really added a lot to it this year. And so yeah, I feel very grateful for my team for helping me out with that. But yes, I love this. So FETC ended up being super busy. It is the future of, I think it's Future of Educational Technology Conference is the FETC, I'm pretty sure. But it was amazing. I feel like I learned so much, but I really was just exhausted. Like my brain was so full of all of the new information and old information, and we just were busy every single day. And so I feel so, so grateful that I was able to go, and I want to share some takeaways. So I have 5 takeaways that I just put into a Google Doc that I want to share with you. Okay, I decided to sit down for this. So my very first takeaway, I was able to go to a session led by the Ron Clark, which was really very exciting because I distinctly remember the first time I saw the Ron Clark story, and I'd already heard of Ron Clark and followed like some teachers from the Ron Clark Academy on Instagram before that. But I remember in undergrad watching that movie and just feeling really inspired and excited to be a teacher. And so it felt very full circle to be able to meet him. I'll pop up some pictures right now. He was very genuine, very kind, and just made you feel like you were the only person who was there. But the one thing that I wanted to share that I took away from his session is to be 1% better every single day. So you don't need to focus on the big daunting task of like, I want to be the best teacher in the whole wide entire universe. Like, what can I do today to be a better teacher than I was yesterday? How can I be 1% better? And we can even extend this to other staff in our building, to our administrators, to our students, like, and just challenging everybody around us to be 1% better than they were yesterday. And so some examples he gave were greeting students at the door with a warm smile and just welcoming them and telling them that you are so genuinely excited that they are there. Another thing you can do is take a moment and send a text to a parent and say, hey, I'm really proud of your child. Here's something they're doing really well right now, or a picture of them or something like that. Okay, the second thing I want to share, I went to a session on Canva that was so great. I love Canva, and I'm constantly using it. I use Canva every single day. I use it for all sorts of things. And so I actually have 2 things I want to share with you. But the first one is just a little shortcut that I learned, which is if you are on Canva, or not even on Canva, but if you want to make something on Canva, there is a shortcut now. You can do canva.new/doc or canva.new/presentation, and it's gonna auto open that for you. And I just thought this was really cool, really little thing, but it's just gonna make my life easier. So I'm excited about that. And then the third thing that I want to share is also about Canva. Canva now has the capabilities to add polls and quizzes, and oh my gosh, this is going to be a game changer. So to find this, you're going to go to Elements, And then you're going to see it right down here, polls and quizzes, and you can press see all to see all of the options. So quiz is where there's going to be a right or wrong answer. And then poll is just where you're trying to garner feedback from students or maybe vote on something or something like that. So this that I've created right here is a quiz. And so there is a right answer for each of these problems. And what I really like about this is if you have your students connected on Canva, so if they're logging in through like their Google account, then when they answer these questions and submit them, you're actually going to be able to see those students' names, and you'll be able to see who got it correct, who got it incorrect, and then you can follow up with those students and do some reteaching and stuff like that. So right down here, this is going to show where it is live. You want to make sure that when you're sharing it with students, it'll tell you right here it includes a poll or quiz. So you want to make sure that students aren't able to edit it because they'll be able to review the response data, which of course you don't want kids to see like who got it correct and who got it incorrect. So instead, you want to make sure that anyone with the link can view, but not edit, if that makes sense. So then you can copy the link and drop it into your Google Classroom or wherever. You can also put it on your Google Classroom using this integrated tool right here. So really, really cool. When you look right over this way on the quizzes and polls section, if you press see all, you can see a ton of different options, and then you can import it right into your slides. And so to edit this, you're going to press this edit button right up here. You can go ahead and write your question directly in here if you'd like, or if you want your question to be part of the slide itself, you can turn off that header option. It's up to you. So for mine, I turned off the header because I have the question just directly in the slide itself, but otherwise you could do it in here and say, what is in the tens place in the number 390 or 293, and actually I should be a little bit more specific. What digit is in the tens place in the number 293? And maybe my options are 200, 293. And then I can select which answer I want to be correct. So of course in this one, I'm looking at the tens place, so it's going to be that 9 right there. So then I'm going to go to more and mark as correct. And then I can also move it up or down. I can duplicate, add more options. It's totally up to me, or I could delete an option as well. So then I have fewer, and this is such a cool tool. I'm so excited to play around with this with my students. I also went to an amazing session on Microsoft OneNote and sketchnoting. So this was by two different speakers who were working together. So Stevie Frank, who is, I believe, a tech coach from Indiana. She was fabulous. She led the OneNote portion of the presentation. And then Manuel Herrera, I think was his name. He is from somewhere else. I cannot remember. It is escaping me, but he is an illustrator and artist, and he does a lot of sketchnoting. And this presentation was so cool and just really empowered teachers and students as artists, and said, like, even if you are doing like a read aloud, for example, and you want kids to be working on comprehension, you can give them all a piece of paper and have them sketch out maybe the beginning, the middle, of the end of the chapter you read. And that is an amazing way for kids to be interacting with what you are saying aloud. It can help them to build their comprehension because now they're really thinking about the beginning, middle, and end. It can help them see themselves as artists. And it was just such a cool session. So yes, I am definitely going to be trying sketchnoting in my own classroom. And then the fifth and last thing that I want to share from FETC was about generative AI. Now, I went to a couple of different sessions on generative AI, and I've been using it in my own classroom as well. So what it is, generative AI is like creating images through AI. And so I have done this through a couple of different platforms before. I've used Canva, and I also have used Copilot and a few other ones as well. I really like Copilot personally. I've been able to use that quite a bit in my own classroom. And how I use it is I have been really challenging my students to amp up their descriptive language in their spoken language, but also in their writing. And so what I'll do is ask generative AI to create a scene with a lot going on, basically. So I'll say, create a cartoon scene of children snowboarding, make sure there's lots of images that students could describe or something like that. And then it will pop up with that generative AI image. And then I challenge my students to, lately we've been doing a lot of speaking practice because the majority of my students are, not the majority, but a third, I believe, of my students are going to be taking the WIDA test this year, which is a test that they have if they they speak a language other than English at home predominantly. And there are 4 different components to that test. There's speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And so I want my kids to get a lot of speaking practice right now because they do have that testing coming up. And so we've been doing a lot of speaking practice, and I do speaking practice every day, all day long, I feel like, with sentence starters and partner shares and stuff like that. But this is kind of a purposeful, different type of speaking, I guess, because as part of the WIDA test, they will need to describe different situations and stuff like that through images. And so I want them to get a lot of practice with that, and I want them to get used to using a lot of words and descriptive language to describe what's going on in an image. And so anyways, I've been doing that daily, and I partner my students up. They have 1 minute each to share as much as they can, and sometimes I will get a little bit more specific. So for example, I might put a name above some of the little cartoon people in the image, and so I'll say like, okay, we have Maria and we have Johnny, and so I'll say the first person, you are describing Maria with as many details as you can. What is she doing? What is she wearing? Who is she in front of or behind? Who is she near? And so they're using a lot of language to describe Maria, and then the second partner then would describe Johnny. So I'd say, okay, use as many words or descriptive language as you can to describe what Johnny's doing in this image. And so it's been really good practice for my students, and it's been fun to see that transfer over to their writing as well. And so I've really been stressing like descriptive language and using adjectives and using, yeah, all sorts of things, using sensory details, all of that stuff. So anyways, that's what we're working on right now. And so through generative AI, I've been able to come up with a lot of really image-rich images, I guess, for lack of a better term, to include in those lessons. And so that's been really great. So yes, I highly recommend trying out Copilot, trying out Canva. There's a ton of other platforms as well, but those are 2 of my favorites. Copilot is really where I go day to day to create those generative images, but there's so many different ones. So play around with it and see what you like, because you know, we're all different and we are probably going to be using them for different things. And it was just such a good conference. So I'm feeling very fired up. I am feeling still a little bit overwhelmed about just having like so much knowledge in my brain right now that I like almost don't know where to start, but that's a good feeling as well. And also I'm feeling very excited because I was able to lead some mini sessions during that conference on BenQ, our smart boards that we have. So they helped to pay for part of our way to get there. And in exchange for that, we led just quick mini sessions in their expo booth about how we're using BenQ in our classrooms. And that was a ton of fun and just really reaffirmed that I want to do more speaking. I love it. I love interacting with people who are excited about ed tech or excited about teaching multilingual learners. Like, I just love it. And so back in like, I believe October, a friend of mine and I had applied to speak at MABE, which is the Michigan Association for Bilingual Education conference. I think I talked about it earlier in this video actually, but it is in May in Michigan. It's in like the Dearborn, Detroit area. And we haven't heard back yet, but the applications just closed this past week. So my fingers are really crossed that we are going to be chosen as presenters for that conference. And if we do, and you happen to be attending that conference, I would love the opportunity to meet you there. If you are an EL teacher or if you are a teacher of multilingual learners, I just think it would be really worthwhile for you to attend this conference if you're able to. This will be my 3rd year attending, and I love it. I have learned so much, and I just always feel so fired up. It is one of the best conferences that I've ever been to. So I highly recommend attending MABE. And then a shameless self-plug that if I do end up presenting, of course I will share on here and on Instagram and all those places. And I would love for you to come to my session. I think that would be really cool. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be presenting at MABE. I'm really trying to like manifest this and put it out into the world. And like I said, I will keep you updated there as well. Hopefully you were able to gain some sort of new knowledge through this video, or just enjoy being back together again. It feels really good to be recording again on this platform, and hopefully I will be around more, fingers crossed, in the rest of the school year. I'm almost done with my master's, so I am getting there, and I'm hopefully going to have more time after that to be recording and sharing and just connecting through here. So thank you for being here. It is a joy to have you and a joy to be able to connect with one another. Please let me know how you're doing in a comment below. How's your year? What's been really working well for you? What's been a struggle? I would love to connect in the comments below or over on Instagram. I am elementary in the Mitten on all platforms. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!